Well, in the news tonight, the number of Arkansas families who are not below the federal poverty line but are still struggling to make ends meet is growing. So says the Alice Project, which keeps track of that data. Channel 7's Kayla Christian joins us live from our content center now with what this means for Arkansans in today's economic environment. Kayla.
Yeah, Chris, according to the Alice measure, nearly 1 out of 2 households in the state are facing extreme financial hardships, despite most being a part of the working class.
So it's called Alice, Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed.
Working class citizens, some 2-income households, some working multiple jobs, but still unable to take care of their families.
So 16% is determined at the poverty line for the state of Arkansas. 32% meet the Alice threshold. Together, 47% of the families in the state of Arkansas work but do not make enough money to make ends meet.
The Alice measure was implemented by the United Way after noticing what defines poverty was too limited.
It is a much more updated statistic than the federal poverty line, which again just focuses in on food, shelter, and clothing.
With Alice taking into account housing, childcare, transportation, healthcare, food, and technology. But many families have to choose what necessities come first.
When we talk about food insecurity, as a trade-off, right? So these families are making decisions between rent and food. They're making decisions between getting a car or putting gas in that car or paying a health bill.
And Arkansas is already ranked #1 for food insecurity in the nation.
So we already have an issue. But then when you throw in inflation and higher grocery prices, people that were getting by, but maybe just barely, are now really struggling. And we unfortunately are seeing a lot more of that.
With the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance saying they're seeing more people in need of basic nutrition.
And oftentimes people say, well, everybody's just one step away, and that is very true.
And it's hitting closer and closer to home.
We have teachers, we have dental assistants, clerks, food service folk, administrative assistants. They did everything society says you're supposed to do, everything, but still cannot support their families.
Now, the Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation says this is where fighting for policy changes come into play. And to further this, they took students to the Capitol this week to use their voices for change, many among the over 30% of students living in Alice households. On your side, I'm Kayla Christian.
Okay, Kayla, thanks very much for a closer look at the Alice measure and what it entails. Just look for this story on our website, katv.com.